I'm glad that didn't kill me. So, what is a dream, anyways? A dream, something you want to do, accomplish in life. Like a goal, but because it's called a dream, it's probably harder to achieve. Like maybe in calling them dreams, you recognize that they're out of reach, maybe unlikely, or in some cases almost impossible, and yet somehow worth striving for. A lot of people, especially younger people, have the wrong idea about dreams. When I was in school, from middle school all the way to college, I'd encounter people that were trying to become a musician or an influencer or start their podcast. At the start, they'd be really excited, asking all their friends to follow their socials and support them. But once their momentum had died down and their project hadn't really taken off yet, they would just lose interest and give up. Most of them didn't say it, but you could tell that they really didn't have it in them. They didn't really enjoy what they were doing. All they really wanted was to blow up, and fast. What they really wanted was clout. One friend actually did tell me she was sure she was going to be rich and famous, and she was only probably 2 months in. Her project didn't really go anywhere after that. It's superficial, it's naive, and a bit childish, but after all, it's human nature to want to fit in, to be seen, to influence others, and be rich, either for the sake of financial security or just hedonism. I call these faux dreams or proxy dreams for what people think they actually want in life. Especially when you're younger, this whole idea of having a dream is almost zapped into our minds. Becoming rich and famous through some exciting job is the one dream almost everyone has. Eventually, though, most people grow out of it. Dreams, depending on who you are, can either be comically impossible, just within reach, or maybe even easy. So much so that you could accomplish them and yet still feel empty inside. A dream can be a lot of things, but for the sake of practicality, I'd call it an activity you want to do full time or part time, usually to a considerable, albeit subjective, degree of recognition and or success. In order to do said activity, you need two important things. Beyond skills and connections and opportunities, you need time and money. Or really just money. Usually the lack of time is due to it being converted into money by getting a job. When it comes to realizing your dreams, most people face about four different paths. Again, generalizing here, but anyways. The first two are easy mode. Either your parents are in the industry and have connections, or they're rich. Oftentimes, it's both. Let's say your dad is in the movie industry and you want to become a filmmaker. Perfect scenario. Obviously, cases like Michael Jordan's kid's failed basketball career still evidentiate that you have to really want it in order to accomplish it. If they're not connected but are rich enough to fund your dream, it's pay to win. Even if they're only rich enough to fund you, you don't have to get a job, so it's still pretty easy. You don't have to worry about surviving. The other two are more realistic, more common scenarios. Your parents have money, but only for usually college. If your dream is going to college or requires going to college, great. If it isn't, then you'll have to find a way to do it on the side or convince them that you want to drop out and follow your dream. Good luck with that. Worst case scenario, you have pretty much no support at all, and you have to start from scratch, from the ground up. No connections, no nepotism, and worst of all, no money. And these last two scenarios, mostly the third, are where my thoughts are at. So here's my take. You've been gaslit by the world of fiction, survivorship bias, and motivational speaking into chasing your dreams. Chasing your dreams is actually overrated and quite possibly the wrong approach. The truth is, what you should really chase is peace. Hear me out. You're chasing your dreams while working a shitty part time job, barely surviving, of course, because you're not making a lot of money, and most of your time is spent working on the dream. Maybe you're also doing some freelance work or teaching. There's a lot of sacrifice, lots of long nights, lots of hard work. And the idea is that things are hard now, but once the dream takes off, you'll have finally made it. The problem here is you're going all in, trying to make money, making that money count, making the dream happen, and all of it is stressful. What's highly likely is that you'll start to burn out. even if you have Goggins in your ear all the time. It's like you're working harder, not smarter, because the concept of the grind is so glorified. And even if you're making progress, if it requires this level of grinding all the time, you'll only be able to put up with it for so long. The better approach, in my opinion, is the following: find something that pays well enough, you're good at, and is boring. It should be boring. It should be something free of stress because it's boring and because you're good at it. It shouldn't be your passion. It's just something you do for a good enough salary. And that's it. The point here is you're chasing peace. Boring equals peace. Dreams equals stress. Say you're working at an office. If it's at a company that a lot of people would consider their dream company, then you're in for a lot of stress because everyone wants to stand out and change the world or whatever. It's a hectic environment. On the other hand, if it's for a boring company, some medium sized plumbing materials company, things will be more relaxed because no one's trying to really stand out. It's no one's dream to work there, and the bigger companies will have already weeded out most of the tryhards. The pay won't be as good, but it's much better to take it easy than to sprint and burn out. No overtime, no thinking about work once you've clocked out, just 8 hours a day. Even better if you can finish a day's work in less than 8 hours. I'm not saying that achieving this is easy or quick. It's not at all. You'll probably have to study or do an internship, an apprenticeship, work your way up to it. But the point is, it's safer, more relaxed, and less saturated because it's boring. There's no line at the door of people waiting to take your job. That first part is a whole challenge in and of itself. It might even sound like just get an easy job when so many people struggle just keeping a hard one. Maybe it even seems like drawing an owl. In my opinion, it's still easier than chasing a dream. And if you've reached this point, you should have enough free time, money, and peace of mind to pursue your dream without feeling forced to turn it into a living. But here's where you must answer the most important question of all. Do you enjoy the process or only the idea of a successful outcome? This goes back to the concept of a faux dream. Let's take art as an example. Do you like making art the process or the idea of admiration, recognition, possibly wealth, the idea of becoming a successful artist? If you have the means to freely do what you consider your dream, then that should be enough if it's something you truly enjoy doing. There's peace in not having an urgency to turn it into a living. Essentially, you have to recognize and really not even care if whatever you're doing will take off or not. If your passion is writing, then writing should be enough, enjoying the process, enjoying what you've written. If you want to stop, then you can at any time, and that's the freedom that a peaceful life grants you. And it's funny how things work. When you stop wanting things is when things start coming to you. So, do you enjoy the process or only the idea of a successful outcome? No matter the answer, my advice is find peace first. Anyways, overall, pursuing your dreams is really a privilege, even pursuing peace. A lot of people just survive day by day, riddled with debt, health issues, or just busy providing for their families. And this isn't an exhaustive analysis. There's plenty of dreams that don't line up with what I'm saying here, and a million different approaches to go about them. Some dreams come with an expiration date. Like, let's say you want to become a kid genius, but you're 45. Or becoming an athlete. In those cases, sure, if you're still young and you really want it, really go for it. But if you're past your prime, well, find peace.